It's Thursday, which means we're thinking like entrepreneurs, and today I want to talk about the C word that holds so many entrepreneurs back, which is confidence. Hey, it's Erin Smith, owner and founder of the Starters Club and the Entrepreneur Summit, and welcome to another episode of Think Like an Entrepreneur Thursday, where we discuss the mindset shift of going from an employee to an entrepreneur. All right, I want to cut right into it. I want to talk about confidence because I've helped hundreds of entrepreneurs build their business. And here is the one thing I see happening all the time. You know what you're supposed to do. You got the map, you got everything that you need to move forward. But there's just one thing that's holding you back and not actually helping you do the thing that you need to do to grow. And a lot of times we can make excuses, time, money, blah, blah, blah. But the truth of the matter is, most of the time, it's not those things. It's your confidence. We're scared. We feel like we're worried about what other people are going to say. We're worried that we may miss out on the opportunity and lose money. We're worried we may fail and get laughed at. We worry about all of these certain things, and because we let those swirl in our brain, we don't have the confidence to take action, and therefore we never do. We go and, all right, let me take one more course, let me work with one more coach, let me talk to one more mentor, let me, read one more book. Whatever it is, it's total a BS excuse, and you need to get confidence in order to make this whole thing happen to the level that you want it to. Now the question becomes then, how do I get confidence? And I wish I had a special formula that if you read one more book or worked with one more coach, you would have it. But the truth of the matter is you won't. And there's really one major thing that you can do to build confidence. And that is take the steps forward that you need. You're gonna trip, you're gonna fail. But a lot of times my tripping and the mistakes I make actually build more confidence in moving forward. Here's a perfect example. About 20 years ago is when I started really getting into real estate investing. I wanted to real estate invest, okay? I was so scared to pull the trigger and get that first rental in. So I went to night school to get my realtor's license, learned that way. Wasn't enough. Took some seminars, learned all the different ways I could invest in real estate. Wasn't enough. Finally, I pulled the trigger, but I was fearful of taking too much because what if I had to do an eviction? I don't know. I was freaked out about evicting people. And I was so worried I was going to lose all kinds of money if I had to, yada, yada, yada. Fast forward. It took me about 18 years before I had to go through my first eviction, all right? Was not the most pleasant few months of my life. She totally let a leak go. It cost me thousands of dollars to fix. It was a pain in the butt, but I learned. And I learned how to be better at putting a tenant in one of my properties. I had a gut feeling. I was working with a property management company. They were like, oh, don't worry about it. Should have followed my gut. I had better questions to ask next time, better things to look for next time. And so although it wasn't the most pleasant experience of my life, it made me more confident to move forward. Another thing, the summit. Y'all, when I started the first Entrepreneur Summit, I was sick to my stomach thinking about all the things I didn't know, thinking about what I didn't want to do, thinking about all the bad that could happen, all the money that could go down on the drain, and it was absolutely terrifying. But until I took those first steps and did it, and listen, I wasn't perfect. I love to share the story that it was a week before my very first event. I met with somebody by accident. Luckily, somebody pulled them in. He's like, what are you doing for sound and light? I'm like, what? I need sound and lights? Like, isn't the room lit enough? So just things like that. I made the mistakes along the way, but I never would have learned them without it. Now, just in a few short years, by taking that action, I'm not perfect. I don't know everything, but I can tell you I am so much more confident in putting together an event than I ever was. And I still get the doubts. I totally still get the doubts. When I'm sitting there starting again, I'm like, oh my gosh, what if nobody wants to come? What if everybody hates? Like, I think of all this stuff, and you can sit and get stuck in this negative spin of the bad. But the minute I start taking the steps forward, it's like it all quiets down and it all becomes okay. And yeah, things may happen, but it's the action that changes everything. So what's one thing that you can take action on today? What's one thing that you know you're supposed to do, but there's just been something holding you back from doing it? I want you to take that today. I want you to message and comment down below and tell the world what you're gonna do, and so we can hold you accountable because you know what you're supposed to do. You absolutely know what you're supposed to do. You just have to go out and actually make that happen, and you gotta believe in yourself. And I'm telling you, you have enough right now. You know enough. You can do it. Just go out there and make it happen. So thank you so much for watching. As I said, please comment below. We want to hear from you. I want to know what you're going to do to go out there and start making that change happen. It's a big deal. It may seem small, but I'm telling you, it's a huge line between those who are successful and those who are not. And I want to help you get on the right side of that. Thanks as always for watching. We're here every Thursday where we're thinking like entrepreneurs. And again, it's Erin Smith, where I believe everyone's got it in them to start a business. You just got to get started.